Dean McClung, Mark Monologues. I'm back. Been a couple of weeks, I suppose, maybe longer, somewhere in there. And I've just been consuming the news and the current events and so forth going on, the things, the craziness going on in the world for the last little bit. And oh, by the way, I've been banned for 30 days from Facebook again. Again, that's like the fourth time this year. So add that up. What do you got? 4 times 30, 120. Well, that's 4 months out of the past 8. Yeah, 8 and a, it's about half the time. And why is that? One time, and I'm already off track. All right, so half the time I've been blocked or banned, temporarily banned from Facebook. Now, I forgot something. Let's make an adjustment. Uh-huh. So, had to adjust the volume so you can hear me. All right. So, being banned or blocked from Facebook for 30 days, effective like last Friday, I believe it was, for no reason whatsoever. Absolutely no reason. Now, I'm not going to get into detail. Well, maybe I could mention. I was blocked from Facebook. Let's just say banned from Facebook for 30 days, or temporarily banned for 30 days. These 4 times. One time, I actually was banned for saying, "You're a liar." 3 words. You're a liar. To a person who actually was a liar. And I'm guessing still is. Because as it turns out, when I get banned from Facebook for 30 days, it turns out that the person that is responsible for me being banned, that is to say, perhaps someone that I made a comment to, complained? I don't know. So, at any rate, the liar is responsible for me being banned because he told a lie, and I said, "You're a liar." So that got me banned for saying those 3 words, which perfectly legit. There wasn't any obscenity. There wasn't any nipple pictures involved. Another absurdity on Facebook. So what happened was I felt that it was okay, that it was perfectly legitimate to actually say to the guy, what you said. I mean, in the long version, what you said, sir, was a lie. A proven, I'm sorry, I can prove it. It was a lie. It was definitely a lie because what he said wasn't true. Proven not to be true. So I get banned for that. And you know what? It was called hate speech by Facebook. The Facebook fascist Gestapo Nazi bastard motherfuckers. Hey, no hate speech there. It was just me reacting to a liar who said a lie. That's a reason to block me? That's insane. And in the first place, aside from that, is if you're going to block me every time I say something, whatever it is, I mean, how am I supposed to know what's acceptable and unacceptable to these Facebook fascists? I mean, how do I know? Oh, go to the community guideline thingies. Yeah, well, there's things on there that says, you can't paraphrase it here, it is against the guidelines, Facebook guidelines, to libel and slander people. Yeah. Except for the fact that to call someone a liar who is a liar isn't libel or slander. And it certainly isn't hate speech. And the definition of hate speech, according to Facebook guidelines, has nothing to do with, calling someone a liar. It's absurd. Ironically, or pathetically, the liar is still on Facebook. He has not been banned or blocked or punished in any way, shape, or form for telling a fucking lie. Unfucking believable. Since I have no way of knowing, I look at the guidelines there. They provide them to me every time they ban me. So it's like, it says right there, you can't be saying things to that guy like that. I'm referring to another time I was banned. You can't be, engaging in hate speech. And then, I get banned for engaging in something called hate speech when, and the fact is, it wasn't hate speech at all. It was a fact. I did, in fact, the last time I got banned, just the other day, apparently, was because, I stated a fact. Not even a lie. Not hate speech. There wasn't anything hateful about it. It's sort of like saying, 2 plus 2 does not equal 5, it equals 4. Bam! That's hate speech against the number 5, apparently. Or something. So anyway, it's arbitrary, apparently. It seems to me that these Nazi fascist bastards at Facebook we'll just pick on D because, we don't like him. Because he says the truth and shit. And the only time I engage any kind of hateful talk about anyone is if they attack me unfairly or unjustifiably, like by calling me nasty names and shit. Well, you know what? I'm not going to just sit back and let them do that without saying something. I mean, if you slander me or libel me or attack me for my comments or my views, then you're going to get something back. I'm not just going to let it go because, they're wrong. I mean, I've been called some nasty names. A lot of different, all kinds of nasty names. You can call it, you're a snowflake. I don't even know what that means. It's something to do with being a Democrat, I guess. I don't know why you would call someone a snowflake. It doesn't make it's just silly. And I've been called, in the social realm of things, the P word, more times than I can remember, which of course is not true because I'm not one of those. Seriously. Oh, you're defending it. No, I'm not. I might be defending the English language when I express, a thought on a word that somebody has misused or apparently misunderstands the meaning of. The P word. You know what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do. It's just aggravating. So anyway, I've been blocked again from Facebook, and I needed Facebook because I needed to get on the marketplace, and I got to sell some stuff on the yard sale things. Well, I can't now for another 30 days, and I couldn't the last 30 days before that because, I was only online. Heck, I think I was allowed back on Facebook on the 3rd of September, and now, bam, I'm blocked again. And this is only the 13th. It's like 10 days. So I don't know what to say about anything. I mean, I can't even just make a comment, just a general statement about something. like this podcast that I'm giving you right now. If I was to post this podcast verbatim, I mean, like in a live video audio uh, thing on Facebook, it would be taken down, obviously, apparently, probably, for me just talking about the fact that I was banned or blocked for calling someone a liar or saying, certain things about certain religions. That cult of Looney Tuners. It just, you can't say that. That's hate speech. I'm sorry, it's not hate speech. It's a fact. Proven fact. Sorry. And I am perfectly qualified to give an expert opinion about several things. Because I'm learned. I'm educated. I'm well-rounded, knowledgeable about a lot of things, including words. And certainly about Christianity. All right. So I've been blocked again. And the thing is, they don't give you any warning. They don't even ask you, did you mean to say that? What did you mean by saying that? Would you mind explaining yourself and why you said that? Nothing. Would they even think to ask me? Do you maybe want to reconsider that post and maybe delete it, on your own? Because we'll delete it. If you don't, okay. See, if they delete it, then it's gone. And no one's going to see it. Isn't that sufficient? Why do I have to be banned for 30 days? I mean, why? What am I, a 12-year-old? I need to be punished because, I'm 4 years old and I stole a cookie out of the cookie jar and I need to be punished? You got a timeout. Go sit in the chair in the corner for, like 20 minutes. Or in this case, 30 days. Oh, yeah. Would you do that to a 4-year-old? What would that be called? It'd be called child abuse. Sit the kid on the chair for 24 hours a day for 30 days as punishment. I'm not even going to go into the thing. Let me spank them until their butt's red with a fucking whip or a belt. Disgusting barbarians that do that. I mean, I'm all right. I was beaten when I was a child. I grew up all right. No, you didn't. Obviously, you didn't grow up all right because, you're defending this barbaric practice. It's idiotic. Anyway, the thing is, these people another thing is the people who do all these nasty things. They say hate speech things. They call me bad names and totally not true. They attack me and threaten my life, for Christ's sake. Seriously, on Facebook. Can't tell you how many times I've been threatened. How many times people have said, I'll kick your ass. Or better yet, I'd kill you if I could, whatever. Seriously. That's a death threat. That's a crime. Well, maybe not. But anyway, should be. Maybe not. I don't think words should be a crime. But you see my point. These people threaten me. What kind of moron would threaten someone like that? What's the point? I mean, what is it? This is not gab.com, really. I mean, those lunatics over there, it's unbelievable. I won't get into that. So anyway, it's like as if these people, there was one person said, I'm going to beat your ass, I'm going to kick your ass, or I'm going to kill you, or put you in a, what do they call them? Tree choppers, chipper, wood chipper, something like that. Excuse me, you're going to come to my house and in a threatening manner approach my property as if, I'm going to let you do that. Like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to let you come onto my property and maybe like kick in my door and beat my ass? Seriously? No, not going to happen, dude. Because as soon as I see you in my driveway and I think maybe you're being a little hostile, I'm getting my gun, which I have handy at all times, by the way. And, guess what? Bam, I'm going to blow your kneecaps off in self-defense because I'm not going to let you hurt me or my family or my property. It's not going to happen. What kind of idiot would think that's going to happen? Yeah, I'll just go to your house and I'll kick your ass. Yeah, well, after you get out of the hospital and after you get out of prison, you might want to come and talk to me about that in a peaceful, civilized manner. Just say it. All right, moving on. Give me a minute here. I'll check my notes. All right, here's one. Netflix has this movie, an award-winning movie, and a movie about some kids. I don't know what they're, 11 years old, somewhere in there, maybe 12. Kids. It's a movie about kids. It's a movie about, I'm quoting here the preview thing, a coming of age kind of thing. Okay? I love those kind of movies for various reasons, having nothing to do with, any kind of perversion here. I study human nature, and I am a student of and an expert on the human condition. And I like to observe what's going on in the world, like I have been for the past 6 months with this COVID-19 crap. Well, it's not crap, it's nightmare. But the protests going on because of the fascist Gestapo Nazi pig scum government goons going around murdering people. I won't say innocent people. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it's crazy. It's lunatic. And these, let me give you an illustration here of something that I find interesting. All right? Getting away from the subject here for a second. There are Nazis and murdering bastards angry at the protesters who are protesting them being murdering Nazi bastards. Racist, I mean. I should have had racist in there in the beginning. Anyway, I'm adding racist. The racists are mad at the victims of their racism for being kind of fed up and pissed off with them for being racist. Wow. Oh, God, it boggles the mind. Excuse me. You're racist and you support people who are racist murdering people in the streets and stuff. And you're angry at the people that are like being murdered in the streets? What? That's just absolutely insane. I'm thinking about Gab.com here with a bunch of Nazis over there, racist, moron, crazy people. I mean, fucking crazy people. And I can understand them being banned from Facebook for hate speech because that's all they do over there. I hate those people. I hate those people. I hate those people. They ought to be killed. We ought to kill all this crazy people. I'm sorry. That's not civilized. And, I don't believe in censorship, and I don't think they should have been censored. I think we need to know about these lunatics talking about, hate and murdering and shit, because, we need to know who they are so we can keep an eye on them. I mean, if there are Nazis around America, we should know who they are. Doesn't mean we have to put up with them talking to us in our face. If somebody Nazi comes and gets, walks onto my property and, we gotta kill all the Jews, I'm like, excuse me? I don't even know any Jews. I in my entire lifetime, I think I've known personally maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 Jews in my life. I'm talking about personally, like, people that I in my town or where I went to school with or work with or something like that. Half a dozen maybe, and uh, I absolutely see no reason why anybody would want to kill them. It's just absolutely insane. Just even think like that. It's beyond comprehension. So, at any rate, um, these people are okay. I got to gather my thoughts. I got off onto that in a second. Let me just take a minute. All right, so I was speaking here about this movie called Cuties, which is a French movie. And by the way, if you watch it, it's in French, so you have to read the English subtitles. And I haven't watched it yet. I am going to. Hopefully, I can get it from Netflix because that's where it is, or get a hold of it in some fashion. Um, because I'm curious now. What's all the fuss? I'm going to tell you something. I think it's a very good likelihood that all the people that are complaining and raising hell over this movie have not watched it. And if you're going to complain about a movie and you haven't watched it, you need to shut the fuck up. Period. That's it. If you haven't watched it, you have no right to say anything about it. Just shut the fuck up. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. If you're going to go by, comments on the Facebook or social media, whatever, and, you're an idiot because you're going to take the word of another idiot. Oh, I'm going to believe that idiot who is a known lunatic or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to go with that crazy person over there and, agree with them, even though I have no idea what he's talking about. So anyway, they're raising this big fuss about, child pornography, and even talking about some kind of investigation of Netflix for broadcasting, child pornography. It's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. So anyway, I got to watch it, at least browse it to see what it's all about and see what goes on in there, because I'm not going to make a judgment of a movie that I haven't even seen. I mean, I can make judgments of the trailer. The trailer was kind of crappy. Interesting, but some of it was crappy, and you have little warnings on there about stuff that they like put little disclaimers and stuff like that. And, for fuck's sake, you don't need a disclaimer. It's a work of art. There it is. Present it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. You don't. Oh, and this is what gets me. These Nazi fucking bastards want to ban it or censor it, the movie, because of there's stupid reasons that are totally not true and so on. These are the same people that raise hell about being censored. I don't like censorship. They're censoring us. They're censoring us. I want my free speech. Blah blah blah. Okay, well, I kind of like free speech too, and I kind of get pissed off if I get censored, like being censored off of Facebook for 30 days. Yeah, that's just wrong. Absolutely wrong. So these people, I believe free speech. I believe in being censored, and Facebook shouldn't be censoring me, and blah blah blah. Yeah, or YouTube, or any of the other social media sites, or by the way, Netflix. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They don't believe in censorship. They don't want any violations of their free speech. But excuse me, they want to violate the free speech of somebody who made a movie. They want to violate my free speech or my access to free speech by denying me the right to watch a movie. An award-winning frickin' movie, by the way. Really? Hypocrites. Fucking hypocrites. So they don't like, censorship and free speech, and then, and they're like totally insane, and I don't like that movie because, it's something. I'm sorry, but you're wrong, you Nazi bastards. No, you have no right to be censoring what I can watch. If I want to watch the damn movie, I'll watch the damn movie. It's a work of art. It's available. It's produced. It's in the world. I have a right to see it. And if it is, let's just say, speculate, if it is child pornography, which it's not, but if it was, free speech. And I'll decide if it's child pornography or not. And by the way, it's not, because there's no sex in it. Not that I've seen, not that I've heard. No sex. It's just some kids acting like kids. Really. I mean, by the way, nudity is not obscenity. Nudity is not pornography. No, it's not. And if you think it is, you're a fucking idiot. Kiss my ass. Human body, perfectly normal. Everybody's got one. It's sexualizing children. Really? Okay, let's be factual here. Let's be scientifically, biologically, realistically, intelligently factual here. The human body is sexual because human beings were born sexual beings. They all are, every single one of them, ever. Because that's human nature. That's the way nature works. We're made to reproduce. How? Not by osmosis. We are made to reproduce sexually. With sex organs that, one over here, put them together, beat, beat, you got reproduction. That's the nature of human beings. You cannot deny that. That is not deniable. That is not something you can just argue about because it's not. You understand? That's why we exist, to reproduce and perpetuate the human species. By the way, it's not race. There's no human race. That doesn't exist. There is no such thing. And if you want to say, there's just one human race. No, there's not. There's at least 5. Caucasian, Negroid. You get the idea? Race. And just because I acknowledge that there happens to be a Negroid race, that's the official word for what those people are, Oh, by the way, if you're Jewish and that's your religion, it's not a race. It might be an ethnicity. Ethnicity. You get me. You know what I'm saying. Anyway. Excuse me. Anyway. They want to ban the movie. They haven't watched the movie. They think it's some sexualizing children. You can't sexualize a being that's born with his sexual organs. That is born with sexual organs. That's what they are. You're born with a penis and testicles, and you're born, or a vagina and ovaries. That's nature. And why? Because at some point in your development as a human being, you will mature and become sexually active, I would think, because that's the purpose of existing. Like anything else. Why do, let's see, I don't know, dogs, cats, birds, bees, whatever. They exist to reproduce, to make more of them, keep that thing going. So you have a generation, produces another generation to keep that species alive and viable as a reality in the planet. If beings that are sexual do not have sex, they would not reproduce. They would not have any children. They would die out. There wouldn't be any more species of humans. So let's just forget this, they're sexualizing children. And the thing that annoys me there, another thing, is You know, you can't talk to these people. They're idiots. They're morons. They have a brain of a fucking rock. And they say this stupid shit like, no, you're wrong. Shut up. You know what you're talking about. Your fucking brain cells are like totally dead. You're like a fucking zombie. Don't talk. Shut up. Oh, yeah, you're telling me to shut up. I have free speech. Yeah, well, I'm not going to get into that. But if you're an idiot, you shouldn't be making noise. You should be trying to improve your brain cells and, you know, get smarter somehow. I don't know what's wrong with you. So, let's just be sane here and stop it. Leave the people alone. It's a movie. It's made. People were in the movie. Of course, I know there's nobody got hurt. Nobody got raped. Nobody got murdered. And suppose one of these little girls, I don't know, 11 years old or something, you know, lifted up her shirt and showed her boobies. But an 11-year-old has boobies? I don't think so. She might have some, you know, bee stings, as my wife would say. You know, some buds. And big deal. And basically, you got a nipple, which up until the age of puberty looks pretty much like a boy's nipple. And a lot of times, even after they're all grown up into big girls, their nipples are still pretty much like a man's nipple, depending on the guy, you know, whatever. No, it's insane. So forget this stupid shit. It's irrelevant. So here's one. I want to get this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is it sunk in? Have you got this? Can you grasp what I'm saying? Is there any argument in your mind that you want to present to me? Yeah, guess what? If you disagree with what I said, I'm sorry. Here it comes. I'm going to say it. You're an idiot. Fuck off. So anyway, oh, if it's on YouTube, you can like go down there and make a comment in the comment section if you want. If I don't like it, then, you know, I'll delete it. If it's a civilized, intelligent question or comment, I will respond and, you know, have a civilized conversation with you about that. But not what I've just said. It's not child porn, so don't even suggest it. Don't even bring up the pedophile word because I'll delete you. Like, bam, that fast. You know, if it attacked me for what I'm saying here, my opinion, as it were, which of course a lot of it's not my opinion, it's actually a logical conclusion or a critical analytic observation, which are perfectly legit and cannot be disputed, usually. So anyway, the movie's cool. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you want to censor it, you're a Nazi asshole prick motherfucker, and, you know, someone should slap the shit out of you. Not me. I'm not a violent man. I believe in self-defense, so if you come to slap the shit out of me, I'll shoot you in the knee or something. Maybe. I don't know. Or at least I'll defend myself if necessary. That's what I'm saying. Never shot or killed anyone in my life, by the way. Don't think it's a good thing. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I'm hoping to live the rest of my life and then my whole life and say, when I'm on my dying bed, if it occurs to me to say, I've never shot, killed, murdered anybody. Well, a lot of people in America cannot say that. Because, you know, when they were like in their 20s or 18, 19, 20 years old or whatever, they were over there in Vietnam, in my generation, and they murdered innocent men, women, children, babies, and pregnant women, babies, fetuses, and shit. They just war criminals. Anyway, that's another story. So leave the freaking Netflix alone. Oh, we're going to have to. Porn? Really? Kitty porn? Really? In the first place, if these kids have boobs, then they're not children. So it's not children. It's not kiddie porn. Get it? Because if you got boobs, you're an adolescent or a pubescent. That's a switch into adolescence. That's a human development stage, and it is not disputable. That's the way it works. All right. So let's see what else I got here. All right, I'm going to wrap this one up with something I found on Quora. And here's the question. What is the most inappropriate experience you have had with a celebrity? I'll just go through this briefly. I was 15 and I was asked out on a date by Scotty Baldwin of General Hospital, blah, blah, blah. He's an actor. And so on. He was, apparently we had his wife, and then they left. This girl was working in a coffee shop or something. So anyway, at the end, it says, okay, here I am, blah, 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 blah. Okay, blah, blah. And he was cute, but this was creepy. He asked her if she, had some time to, maybe have a coffee with him or hang out or something, right? All right. And then she says, and just decades later, wondered if he was a pedophile. Oh, excuse me. He was like in his 30s. All right. Now, he might have been a jerk and he might have been like a, whatever, but why would anybody even think that word about that? Creepy? Not really. It's creepy because you're brain damaged and you've been indoctrinated to think that certain things are creepy when the fact is they're not. Now let me say, if the guy wasn't married, if he was single and he had asked this girl, "Hey, you got time to hang out?" I mean, he didn't ask her how old she was. He didn't care. It didn't matter. It's irrelevant, and age is irrelevant anyway. You have the right to associate with whoever you want. Anyway, so here's the thing. All right, and so let me just tell you what I replied to this question. I will quote myself. It gets really tiresome correcting people about this pedophile thing. For one thing, pedophiles are attracted to children. Adolescents are not children. I repeat, not children. Words mean what they mean. The only thing creepy about your story is the fact that you apparently have been indoctrinated with the absurd notion that anyone under 18 is a child. Please continue to read in my reply to Timothy below. Now, Timothy suggests, and I quote Timothy here, quote, well, if you were 15, at the very least that doesn't make him a pedophile. Yes, thank you, Timothy. He could be epiphophile. Epiphophile. You know what I'm saying. Maybe you don't know the word. Epiphophile. I'll get to that in a minute. All right, so I say, in response to that, and continuing with my previous comment, quote, quoting myself, or he could be a perfectly normal male human being. Any male human being who claims he is not attracted to adolescents is either a liar or a freak of nature. Now, remember what I said about nature and human development? Adolescence is the most naturally attractive stage of human development. This is a biological fact. Abstract and fabricated social concepts do not change this natural fact. Please understand, I am not advocating having sex with children. Prepubescence. Generally under 12. Under 12. That is to say, before they get, little booby buds and hair around their crotch, whatever. And for girls, bleeding from their vagina. All right. Their period. You know what I'm saying. The invented word epiphophile. Phoebophile. Ah, fuck. Anyway. Okay, I've known the word as hebephile. So that's why I'm thrown, because this is the English word, I guess. Okay, has no practical or realistic meaning or purpose in nature or in reality. There is quite enough creepy notions in the world without adding fabricated ones. In other words, being sexually attracted to teenagers is normal. Now, I've heard this before too, also. People say they're trying to normalize weirdness or freakiness or creepiness or whatever. No, they're not trying. I'm actually saying it. It is normal. It is natural. It is the way people are designed. It always has been. That's not going to change just because, you pass some stupid law that's not even a valid law, or because you come up with some kind of stupid notion that, it's creepy or something. No. Your opinions are wrong, and you should stop thinking. Maybe permanently. At any rate, you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Right? You do understand what I'm saying. I'm going to assume you know what I'm saying. So, this idea that teenagers are, by the way, teenagers are the most discriminated against and oppressed people on the planet. And I think that the teenagers, adolescents of the world should rise up and say, you're not going to fucking do that to us anymore. We have rights and we're not going to put up with it. We're not going to be oppressed. You're not going to deprive us of our rights, and you're not going to tell us what we can do. We'll be civilized. We won't murder people. We won't steal. We won't rape. We'll obey nature's laws and not, hurt other people. But we're going to do what we want. Like wear what you want at school because dress codes are a Nazi fascist crime against humanity. Anyway, another story. So that's what I think. I'm a little too old to be in that or leading that, maybe, but I would lead it if they asked me. I'm a little old for being a teenager now. But, if the teenagers were to ask me, can you help us, fight this oppression? Sure, baby, I will. I absolutely will. And this has nothing to do with sex. It has to do with freedom and human rights. And adolescents deserve human rights. All right. Because, they're born with them like everybody else. See, that's another hypocrisy. You get all these old redneck dumb fucks saying, natural rights, God-given rights, etc. Yeah, you're born with them. Everybody is. Everybody. Doesn't mean you're allowed to actually express them or use them or exercise them, but you have them, like freedom of speech. You're born with that. Try to tell a baby to shut up. Go ahead. I'm hungry. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So, you understand what I'm saying? All right. I think I've made my message clear, and I am going to close up this episode for now. I'll get back to you again. We'll talk on another time. Well, not really. I'll talk. You'll listen. Or not, because that's what it's called, a monologue. A monologue is where I talk, and you don't. All right. Bye-bye. Catch you next time.